So, good morning, everyone. Considering the tight time schedule, I would suggest we start relatively sharp at 9 o'clock. I hope you had a lovely morning so far, or for everyone who, I don't know from which time zones you dial in. So, yes, let's just start our short webinar on GenAI in innovation. And yeah, welcome everyone. Today we'll explore how GenAI is fundamentally reshaping the innovation landscape of corporates and what that means for your business. And I would like to have a few words about us so that you know who we are. We are Bosch Innovation Consulting, and as part of Bosch, we combine deep hands-on industry expertise with proven consulting methodologies. And over the time, we specialized in evidence-based innovation that truly scales. Let's go straight ahead to the next slide. The AI tool landscape is growing rapidly. I guess you all can confirm that. The question is, can we keep up? 24 mind-blowing AI tools, and even more are coming up every single day. So the world of AI is exploding. It feels like every day brings a new tool, a new model, a new capability. And for any organization, just keeping up with this rapid pace of change can be significantly challenging. So we would like to do a deep dive, or not a deep dive, but a dive into what is useful, what is a distraction, and what is misleading in order to navigate this complex landscape. And in order to do so, I will hand over this next slide to Luisa, my colleague Luisa. And yes, Luisa.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Jenny, for the introduction. So also a warm welcome from my side. The main question, I would say, in the situation where we currently are, GenAI is a lot about confusion, a lot about where do we get started, what can we do, how can we structure everything. And a few years ago, we had kind of the same situation with innovation. So it was also where to get started, what is good, what is working, what doesn't work. And what we did within Bosch is developing the Bosch Innovation Framework as a basis for how to really go through innovation step by step. And the result of the Bosch Innovation Framework, you can see on that slide here, starting with the strategic framing on the beginning and ending with the serious production, where the new idea, new business, new service, new solution product, whatever you developed is then ready to be sold in the market as a mass product. And very important is starting with the strategic framing, because that happens very often that there's no strategic connection from the ideas to whatever you are doing within your organization. And having such an innovation framework, I don't know if you have something like this in your company, but having kind of a structured baseline for how to do things is very important, not only in innovation, but also when it comes to GenAI. And that's why we also said, okay, if we want to connect innovation, GenAI, we can take this baseline, which is already there, which is already also used within Bosch and also within other companies, and just take this as a guideline to also support people in finding the right tools, the right things, the right methods when it comes to GenAI. And when, Jenny, you click on the next slide, there you can see we tried to already put together the different things how GenAI can support teams across the innovation framework, to use AI as kind of a co-pilot, a co-founder, a supporter, a team member, to just get things done easier, better, and faster. So let's start again with the strategic framing on the left part, where it's a lot about searching for the trends, analyzing things, doing strategic foresights. There are good tools like AlphaSense and Trend Hunter, for example. You might have already used them. When it comes to problem definition, you can do a lot about deep research, social listening, sentiment analysis. You can jump into LLMs like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity to do ideation, to just reframe the way people talk about their problems, to start on ideas, to brainstorm with your LLM. And then also when it comes to concept preparation, validation, you can definitely also use more specific models for innovation, some video generation to create some early mock-ups, Lovable to create early website MVPs, MUDs. So there are very, very many options how you can use AI along the innovation framework. But what we also want to discover today is that it's not only about using the tools, but also about implementing AI in your kind of business model itself, not just on the efficiency side, but also on the growth side itself. But first of all, let's stay a bit more in the business model area itself. So here you can see the business model canvas. I think many of you already know that specific tool, nothing completely new. But we added some hints how AI is affecting the various blocks of the business model canvas. So if we're starting, for example, with the customer segments, which is one of the most important parts, so the desirability part on the top, with AI, so if you're implementing AI in your services, in your products, whatever, there's really an option for you to enhance the personalization, to have a mass personalization, mass customization, and to also increase the customer experience. For the value proposition, it can definitely also help you to gain a competitive advantage and also market differentiation by just dealing differently, offering a USP to your customers, which for sure you need to find out which USP your customers are really expecting, but that's something how you can really use AI to gain that competitive edge. Talking about, for example, the key activities, it's also a lot about risk management and security. So using AI also is very, very strongly combined with making sure that you're having the right data, you have the right kind of data security classes. So that's definitely some activity you need to work on as well. Talking about partners, so there's definitely also a sustainability and social responsibility which you need to cover. And for the cost structure, for sure, I think that's kind of a no-brainer. There's an option for you to gain on efficiency and reduce your costs tremendously. And for the revenue share, it's much easier to go into that data-driven decision-making. So based on the data, based on the consumer behavior, you can analyze with AI and come to more concrete conclusions. And overall, we can see that AI is influencing the whole business model itself. And as you can also see here, new business models can emerge, new things can happen, and that's for every innovator kind of the job to always reflect what can change based on AI with new technologies, with new tools. How does it change the different elements in my business model, and how can I keep up with the pace of AI development with my business itself? All right, so in theory, if we go to the next slide, Jenny, in theory, as we are talking here, everything sounds super easy and you just need to get started and you just need to do things and we don't know why is it so difficult. But I mean, the main question in practice on the next slide is really how to get started with AI in the daily business. So how to really get started with the things, how to really identify where to get started, what to do, what to select. So Jenny already showed it on the previous slides. There are different options, what you can do, a lot of tools, a lot of options, but what is really helping you? And what we can see on the next slide is that there are a lot of playbooks currently on the market. So if we take a look at BCG, Deloitte, McKinsey, whoever, so a lot of people are now writing those playbooks saying, that's something you should do, that's something that is important, that's the status quo, that's something where companies need to go, how they should develop. But what do they actually tell us about the AI transformation? So what we learned, the core problem, which is on the next slide, is that there is a lot of AI, but there is not a lot of impact. So there's a lot of things going on, but only 4% of the people or the companies who apply AI, who use AI, who make it part of their business, they really achieve a substantial value in their AI projects. And the question is, why does that happen? So first of all, successful AI transformation is not just something technical. So there's that 70-20-10 rule behind it. So it's 10% algorithms and AI models, 20% tech and infrastructure, but still 70% processes and human centricity. And I think that's something that many companies neglect a bit, that it's still about taking the people with you. So it's not just about bringing any tech thing into the company and just saying, well, sounds good. Let's do the next, I don't know, any agent. Let's jump into ChatGPT. Let's give everyone an enterprise version and that should work out. But it's very important to still have a human-centered process, because if you do not have that, if you do not take the people with you, even the best technology will fail. And also important, rethink processes. So AI should not only be a cost-cutting program. We know the times are tight and everybody's looking for ways how to reduce the costs, but AI is in addition also an investment and should not only reduce the costs on whatever you're using the AI for. AI is, especially in new business models, a very big lever. So there are new market entrants with AI products. There are many, many companies who are completely redefining their business model. And the core question everybody here in the call should ask yourself is, what kind of a new business model can you really enable with AI? And we know it's very, very difficult. It can be hard to identify which one is the right for you. But in a few slides, we will also show you kind of a roadmap, how you can get started and how you can find out where to get started. So very often, what we also see, there are those kind of agent graveyards, like single isolated initiatives focusing on AI, which are not connected very much to any strategy, to any bigger picture. And so they just end up with a nice try, but not really much impact. And what we would also recommend to do instead of those agent graveyards, empowering the collaboration and the sharing of learnings. So to make sure that, I don't know, IT departments are talking with HR departments to just get the insights connected. Because if everybody's just saying in their silo, that's really just killing the innovation and also the AI adoption. Also very important, don't go for the big things from day one on. So AI can be also thought in phases. So there are the quick wins, which you can directly get started today or tomorrow or in a few days. But there are also kind of the future new business models, which are more a long run topic. So don't expect kind of the new business models to come up right in 5 days or in 2 days. So take your time and also plan the different portfolios, the phases accordingly. And also, very important, do less projects, but focus more on those with impact and strategic use cases than just shooting out with different opportunities which are not connected to any strategy. And as I already told you a few slides ago, we have a kind of a roadmap which can help you to identify where to get started, what to do, how to find out, what are kind of really those strategic opportunities where to get in. And this is our approach for getting started with AI, not getting lost in this agent graveyard, starting with an AI opportunity mapping to just, first of all, identify where is kind of the long run. Okay, we need to go one slide back. So where's kind of the immediate quick wins and where's your long run new business model? So which opportunities do you even have? So first of all, identifying them with kind of a radar, finding out which opportunities do you really have. Then afterwards, checking, are you even ready as a company, as a department, whatever, to also leverage those opportunities? So it's great to see what you can do, but you also need to check it with reality. Do you need any new, I don't know, tools? Do you need more competencies on board? Do you need different competencies? Do you need partners? So covering all that kind of things to bring a little reality check into the opportunity mapping. Then, as soon as you have the opportunities, also know where are my gaps, what kind of gaps do I need to close and how can I close them. It's about translating all those opportunities into a strategy. So really getting started saying, what do we really want to achieve? What are our go areas? What are maybe also our no-go areas? How is our AI strategy also contributing to the bigger strategy of the company we're in? And just laying kind of the foundation, your North Star, where you really want to focus and get started. Then, very, very important, also translating the strategy into a roadmap. Now it's about getting the things done. So defining your step-by-step implementation roadmap, turning the strategy into execution, and very important also, focusing on the things where you really can generate the impact. And then mainly connected to the readiness check, as you might have discovered some gaps which still need to be closed. It's a lot about AI workshops and also the enablement, that you just take the people with you. That's something we saw on one of the previous slides, still the 70-20-10. So here we're tackling the 70%, the people, taking them with you, showing them what kind of mindset you need, taking them on a journey, also setting kind of the guardrails to make sure everybody knows how to behave, how to work with the tools. And then afterwards, then jumping into whatever needs to be done. Could be an AI agent, could be anything else. But with our kind of approach, we just want to make sure that it's not directly jumping into agents or into something else or whatever, but really, first of all, taking a look at where do we want to go, a bit kind of an orientation, a readiness check, putting it into a strategy, into a roadmap, and also taking the people with you. Yeah, and now the big question is if you already have a clear AI strategy or if it's just a kind of a selection or a collection of specific use cases. So we are more than happy to talk with you if you want to find out how to prioritize, how to select the right things. And yeah, you can very, very happily get in touch with us. And we're already very, very much ahead of the time. So I think we still have a bit time for questions. If you have any questions, if not, on the last slide, which Jenny already showed you, there you can also find our email addresses and also our website. So if you have any further questions, feel free to just get in touch with us. I can see that there are already questions. So if you want, you can just unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, my name is 𝗁𝗍 and I'm not working in any of the companies or something. I'm just a student and I tried to reach out to you both regarding innovation process because I'm more interested in such things. And currently I'm doing my thesis on how AI-driven business model innovation can create sustainable value. And I'm really looking forward to an opportunity where I could do some kind of interview at Bosch and see what are the expectations of sustainability department, what AI can do, and also do an interview with AI experts, what all capabilities humans need to have in order to have all the expectations they have. So I'm looking, okay, is there any possibility that I could come in and do interviews and get some insights for my thesis?
Sure, that's no problem. Just send me or Jenny a quick email and then we will get in touch with you.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Currently, many people are writing about the topic, so I'm very excited what will happen in, I don't know, the upcoming half year, 1 year, with new insights, with the new research. Looks very good. All right, so then I can see that we have some questions in the Q&A section, so I will just maybe get started there. And if one of you wrote those questions, please also feel free to add comments, add thoughts. So the first one, hi Luisa and Jennifer, thanks for hosting an exciting webinar. Can you share your opinions on the use of AI to support interaction and integration between the various elements of the business model canvas? So you mean how AI can support in making the things matching, or what exactly? So if you have some more ideas on that or some more explanation.
Yeah, hello. So I just wanted to ask your opinion on how AI can, like when we do business model innovation, we try to rethink about various business model elements. So how AI can help this to better our business model?
Yeah, so in general, as we already showed along the innovation framework, so there are different stages in which you can use AI to speed up the process, to get better insights. I mean, you can for sure also, for example, conduct customer interviews with AI or use kind of an AI automated synthesis of your interview insights to just get those feedbacks or those learnings from your customers earlier, more structured, so that you can identify kind of the connection between the customer segments and the value propositions much earlier, much easier. You can definitely speed up all the research to also check on the external factors which are influencing your innovation project or your business model itself. And in general, I would say it's enhancing a lot kind of the speed from having an early idea to coming to a kind of MVP or an MUD, so a minimum useful demo, because you can just get in much more insights. You can work with much broader databases much faster, which will help you to draw the right conclusions and come to the right questions much quicker.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, then we have one more question. Can you comment on the usage of Claude Cowork and the integration into corporate? So actually, I'm not sure if I can really answer that question, because Claude Cowork, that's probably something that's very much focused on your specific corporate. So there are probably different corporates using different AI tools. So I'm not sure if you can specify the question a bit more, but for the Claude Cowork, I cannot tell you so much. Okay, very good.
One more question from my side. Yeah. So I'd like to know, we have the Copilot license here at 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃, and I just wanted to know what are the typical quick wins for innovation and business development within that framework.
Yeah. So I can imagine the typical quick wins, you've already felt them. So it's like summarizing things easier, bringing things easier to the point, bringing ideas to a visual version. So for example, with NotebookLM, it's very easy to bring complex topics to a very easy, understandable way of presenting it. And I think that's very crucial also in innovation topics. If you, for example, identified a customer problem you already have, and now you want to turn to the solution space, kind of turning your idea into a very early solution, situation, whatever. And that could start with a sketch, that can start with an early mock-up, with a process description or whatever, which took a few weeks in the past, I would say, to really bring the things to paper, to show how that could look like, what you kind of could imagine how that, just could work out, can now be done in just, I don't know, a few minutes, few hours, so much, much faster, and also in a very good quality, I would say. So that's kind of the quick wins, I would say, to also really focus on the efficiency. Yep. So there's also this different horizons model. So Horizon 1, so not the McKinsey horizons, but the AI adoption horizons. I don't know how they're called, but Horizon 1 is really talking about the efficiency and gaining kind of speed, gaining more quality, whatever. And then Horizon 3 is really about the transformative things, to really kind of open up complete new business models around that. Thinking, for example, if you're not yet in an AI-dominated business area, how is that kind of complete development changing the way of your business right now? How do you need to position yourself in the future to also be, on the one hand, AI ready, but also stay competitive?
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Sure.
So I wasn't from the beginning. So could you skip back to the? I think you've had your process and integrated which tools are useful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Could you go please back to that slide?
Yeah. So Jenny, maybe you can back, but we also record the session, so it will also be uploaded afterwards. So if you have if you want to jump back to that afterwards, that's also possible. But here we have kind of our innovation framework as a baseline. I mean, there are much, much more tools than just the ones you can see here. And I think you can just, I don't know, every day you could add more and more tools to that, but that's not kind of the intention of that slide. It's not about talking about the tools. For us, tools are just a thing how you can get it done. But the question is, what is it really for? What do you want to achieve? What is the main value for that? And that's kind of what is written on the bottom line of the innovation framework, to really think about how can you speed up, how can you get better, what can you do in this specific stage.
Good, thanks.
Sure. Okay, then if there are no more questions, I would say thank you very much, on the one hand, for joining, and on the other hand, also for your questions, for your interaction. As I already mentioned, the recording will be uploaded. We will also share it on LinkedIn probably afterwards, because I'm not sure if we will have all the emails from you. So just check our LinkedIn. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with us. We're happy to run together with you through that enablement process, the enablement roadmap. And yeah, we're happy to support you along the journey. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of the day and a great rest of the week.
Thank you.
Thanks.